This is a video series about the book Impossible to Ignore by Dr. Carmen Simon. Welcome to lesson 1. Let's jump right into it. Memory leads to decisions. We can only act on what we remember, with no exceptions. When we are creating messaging or presentation to influence other people, we need to link our message to their reflexes, habits, and goals. Reflexes are involuntary actions that do not require a conscious decision from your audience. Habits are actions that we perform almost without thinking. Stopping at a red light, using the lift, or checking in at a venue when we have our contact tracing app, as everybody does nowadays, those are all examples of habits. Unlike reflexes and habits, goals are not actions. They are the motivation for actions. Once we have decided on a goal, we can take many actions to achieve that goal. Each one is deliberate and takes effort. Now, it may sound like reflexes and habits are better targets for your messaging. And yes, that's true, but they are not always available. In day-to-day life, goals are plentiful. People have the most willingness to change their spending habits, change their routines for goals. Whether it's traveling more, cooking more, exercising more, or even baking, singing, and so on. The next tip is to use contrast. And related to this are two unusual points. Weaken the neighbors and use proportion, not precision. I'll explain these in a few slides. We only have 3. Here's the first one. This is a practice slide for reflexes, habits, and goals. Each of these 5 images relates to triggering either reflexes, habits, or goals in us. Take a few seconds to think about which triggers which. I'll count down 3 seconds and then I will continue to talk about them. You may pause the video if you'd like more time. 3, 2, 1. The stoplight is related to habits. Drivers have to be trained to stop at the stoplight, so this isn't something that people are innately born with. The second is the Helix Bridge right here in Singapore's Marina Bay. It draws our attention through something that we don't control, that is our reflexes. We're innately drawn to light and movement as human beings. Third is a coffee shop, and that is related to habits. It's very normal for people to habitually get a coffee before they go to the office. Fourth is a series of Nike ads, and this is strongly related to goals. And note that the ad doesn't have to tell us to buy something. It's enough for the ad to be associated with our goals and link them to Nike. And that's what the ad achieves. The last image is pretty much the same as the Helix Bridge image. It's just to show that light draws our attention and it's a reflex that we're born with. I only put it there because it's related to the next point, which is contrast. Now you may remember that for contrast we had 2 points, and this one is related to weakening the neighbors. Starting with the very colorful image on the right hand side, you'll see that there's a lot going on and your eyes are drawn wherever they may be. It's hard to predict which will exactly catch your eye. But with the meadow gold image, there's no doubt. By having more empty space around it, a dark sky that doesn't really catch your eye at all, that puts all the attention on the meadow gold neon sign. Right? That's simple enough. And we are already at the last slide. Proportion, not precision. And this is the most, possibly the most interesting slide in this lesson. The full text poster here uses visually striking text to make an impression. It is very precise in that and devotes all of its impact to that one element. The Einstein poster utilizes color, text, and image, and symbols in a potent, memorable blend. No element overwhelms the others. They are in proportion. And that's all for today's episode. Thank you very much for listening. Once again, today you've learned about reflexes, habits, and goals, as well as how to use contrast. Impossible to Ignore is a book about creating memorable content using cognitive science. I'll be doing a series of probably 11 videos about each chapter in short videos, no longer than 5 to 10 minutes each. I'm creating these videos for fun, to share what I learned, and to learn about YouTube itself. Questions and comments below, and subscribe for an alert when new chapters are released. Thank you, and good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. Bye-bye.